Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So in this video I'm going to talk about a heaven in Canada where the PGWP holders, postgraduate work permit holders from any province in Canada can move and can apply for a PR with relatively easier terms of negotiation. Okay, so this heaven in Canada is Prince Edward Island, and even if you have studied from any other province in Canada, or if your spouse has studied in any other province in Canada and you are on a spousal open work permit, okay, and you move to Prince Edward Island, or if you studied from any other province, let's say Ontario, and you move to Prince Edward Island and start working there for a Prince Edward Island employer for at least 9 months, then you're eligible for a PR under Prince Edward Island PNP stream. So I mean, maybe you knew about it and maybe you didn't know about it. So it is a great opportunity for the people who have low human capital, meaning low work experience and low language scores. So I mean, this pathway could be a great TR to PR pathway. Okay, so let's talk about the eligibility. So the graduates of designated learning institutes in Canada are eligible to apply for a postgraduate work permit. Everybody knows about it, right? And those PGWP holders who are seeking nomination under the express entry stream of Prince Edward Island are required to meet a minimum of 9 months of work experience with a PEI employer prior to being considered for immigration pathways. Okay, so this is the basic criteria. So if you hold a PGWP and graduated from an institution outside of PEI, you're still eligible. If you have a spousal open work permit, SOWP, as a result of a spouse's study permit from an institution outside PEI, still you're eligible. And you have a minimum of 4 months prior to the expiry of your PGWP at the time of submission of your expression of interest. Now, why is that a criteria? Because obviously Prince Edward Island does not want you to treat Prince Edward Island as a last resort, that okay, my work permit is, PGWP is going to expire, so let's make the move because a YouTuber called Ali Iftikhar made this video. So no, you will not be able to make the move if your work permit, the PGWP is going to expire within 4 months. Okay, so it needs to be valid when you are submitting your expression of interest. Okay, so Prince Edward Island is indeed a heaven for PGWP holders or for the spousal open work permits. Just make the move, and maybe if you cannot find any pathway, because hey, people who have studied in Canada and now are there on a PGWP, they're still struggling, right? Because the cutoffs, because the pathways, because the everything, they're still struggling. Canada is no more like, you know, come to Canada as a student for a 1-year study permit and get PR. No, I mean, it is very difficult unless you were already a very high ranking candidate and you just needed these study points to reach the 500 mark. So you would have made it, but it is not practical for everybody. So I mean, consider this pathway. Oh, and by the way, if you are a PGWP holder, then because there are many outland PGWP holders working in Prince Edward Island, so the immigration department of Prince Edward Island might restrict invitations in some occupations. Maybe there are so many PGWP holders in a few knock codes, so you can check that out on their website, or you can email them or call them. With these words, this is Ali Iftikhar, and I'm hoping great things are coming your way.